biggest thing that this journey is telling you is that you're not here to please people. And that's something that I find myself sort of finding myself in situations where, I'm following my pursuit for truth, for spirituality, for my path, and not conforming to what other people are saying, what societal pressures there are, and not letting myself be confined to essentially pleasing anyone else, but my journey in unveiling self. And that's what the twin flame journey is teaching you. It strips away everything. It strips away normalcy, and it strips away your sense of how you thought your life would go, or the way that your life was heading. For a lot of people, there's this sense of, it didn't suck, but it was more normal before the twin flame journey. Mine was some people then also have it where it sucked before the twin flame, and then it just kind of got even more. I was given a glimmer of pure perfection, and then it followed with a whole array of pain and purging, and pain that was so visceral. It wasn't just, it was like the mind was being broken, the heart was being broken, but also you could feel it in your solar plexus, in your heart chakra, just physically, even on the bed, and not able to move, not able to do anything. And it forces you to rely. It forces you to trust in the spiritual journey, which it's freaking hard to do. It's hard to do. It's hard to trust the spiritual path. It's hard to trust that aligning to pure consciousness, to pure awareness, to pure love, to pure bliss. Although it may feel amazing, it's tough to see how it can impact your path, or how it can make things bearable, how it can fix things, how it can solve things when the situations feel irrevocable. And it's easy in this world to see the negativity, to see the darkness, and to feel like everything is kind of just doomed into tragedy. You look at the world systems, everything is very hierarchy based, and everything is very you have to work just to live. You have to work. You're under the power of governments and of systems. The world is full of lust and violence, and people pitted against each other, and even like every day there's slight inconveniences, like something breaks or something doesn't go quite right, and it's difficult to have any kind of trust when everything in the external feels so flip-floppy, or feels so like it's just back and forth, and there's no stability, and there's no light. Specifically, there's no light. And the twin flame journey really makes you a warrior in that sense, is that you are brought to your knees, and you have to become, I was going to say a spiritual practitioner, but that's not quite the right word either. You have to discover who you truly are in the midst of everything else. And the hardest thing is that pure awareness, pure consciousness, pure love is always there. It's the screen which the movie is playing on. It is the substratum of everything. And yet, it is in daily life invisible. And yet, it's the source of happiness. It is the source of love. And it is the most fulfilling bliss that could ever be imagined. It is your twin flame as well. That's where your twin flame's truest, highest essence is. And the essence that you're sensing in your twin flame is that pure awareness that you are. But it is invisible. It takes trust in the unbelievable. It takes first getting the knowledge of it, and then knowing how to connect to it, and how to touch that source in meditation until you just become it. And over again, and you connect to it deeper. You connect to source deeper. And you realize that it's always there. It's tough to follow that path, and it's tough to trust. But that's why the twin flame journey makes us warriors, because we are literally at our feet, and we have to take that brave step into saying, I trust that there's light. And that's the most difficult thing to do when the world is set up in such a way that it is so logical to assume that it's just darkness, and it's so logical to assume, hell with all these spiritualists saying that there is a source that is pure love. Who's to say that God is an evil? Based on everything that we've seen and experienced in the world, that is a completely logical explanation. And yet somehow there is that light, that there is a source that is blissful, that is happiness itself. And you're not going to be completely fulfilled until you at least touch or glimmer this source. No human being is going to be completely satisfied with external reality. They need to touch source in some way to find the happiness that they crave, because we all crave happiness that doesn't have a tinge of sorrow. And that happiness only exists in source, in pure awareness, and pure infinite love, the source that we are. But we have to go up against everything that we thought we knew. We have to go against the matrix. We have to go against conditioning. We have to go follow our own path. We have to say, screw everything else. I'm walking alone, because this path alone is what will bring me to source. And later on, that will also reflect its twin flame. But the point is that you have to take that step in saying, I'd rather be alone, and I'm taking the solitary path, and I'm trusting in the journey. And just that leap. And that's the bravest leap that anyone can make. But it is an incredibly powerful leap, and one that you will not regret.